sprouts. I'll probably have to start putting the cane in very shortly. Giant cabbage, doing well, very well. This needs weeded as well, so yeah, let's have a look at something else. The Swede, doing great. Cauliflowers, well, where have they gone? Hello everyone, you alright? Scorching day, hence the hat. I dehydrate far too quickly in hot weather. So hence hat, water, tissue. I just want to get some potatoes, so I thought I'd just do a video on it. It's Casablanca. And we'll just see if anything is there. I can see a couple of little ones there, which is for the bin, obviously. Right, doesn't look like there's many in here actually, but let's have a look. One, two, there's a few little ones, which obviously I'm not going to keep. Put them in the tub. Hey. Not too bad. It was only old compost that they were in, so I definitely won't complain. Some tiny little ones can go. See, there's a few people's done potato reveals. Pardon me. There's been some really nice potatoes. But as I say, these are Casablanca. We're just grown in old compost with a few additives just put in. Right, we'll do another one. There's one on the floor, little teary. Tell you what it is, I haven't been over clever. That's why I haven't made a video. I haven't been too clever, but there's been more thefts and all that. Ian phoned us yesterday to say he's had beetroot stolen, more. He didn't tell us how many, but I've been talking to my mate Harry this morning, and Harry had said he thinks Ian had told him it was 8. few days ago when I was down, I went to get strawberries. not one left. So they had me strawberries. They look quite nice, big, juicy red ones, but obviously gone. So I shouted at Ian, I says, check your strawberries, see if you've got any there, Ian. I says, because mine are gone, all of them. And he never had one strawberry. Whoever the thief is had wiped his bed out altogether completely. And I've came down this morning. The first thing I noticed, I've got plums lying on the ground. Now, and I had at least 20 plums that were ripe. So I checked the tree, and lo and behold, I think there was only one or two half ripe ones, a few that were on the floor. And a lot of people might think birds have been at them or whatever. No, they haven't. The reason I know that is because next to it, I've got the bed with the yellow courgettes. I've done the last tub of these. I've got the bed, sorry, with the yellow courgettes in. And there's two courgettes being taken up the plant. Whether the people have been disturbed, I don't know, but they actually left the courgettes lying on the frame of the bed. That's what attracted us to that area. Pardon me, I've got the hiccups. That's what attracted us to that area in the first place. Because I had seen that. Then obviously as I'm cutting through the trees, that was when I noticed the plums. Apples, I'm not too sure if any of them went. I couldn't swear to it, so I don't know. I think there has been, but as I say, I don't know, can't swear to it. And I've had a few cauliflowers taken again. And the reason I know about the cauliflowers, I'll show you in a few minutes. And you'll be able to notice yourself, actually. You'll also be able to notice how I noticed that they were gone. I might do one tub of kestrel. I might, just to see. And I might just have a quick little look, maybe at one of the oh yeah, bugger, pain me back. Oh. Right, so what I'll do, I'll just put you on pause while I can empty this onto a bed, and then I'll come back to you. So I'll do one bucket of kestrel, just see what's in there. Well, there's two, not a bad size. They're not bad size, you know. They're not great, but they're not small by any means. There's another one. There's a seed potato. There's another one. Fairly disappointing, to be honest. I think, just on the off chance, I'm going to try a Desiree and just see if there's out on one of them. Oh yeah, little bugger. Nearly tripped over. Yeah, Desiree. There's a few that I can see anyway, which is better than nothing, isn't it? It's got one on there which on there. That one can just stay there. Right. Let's just tip this one out and see what's there. There's 1, 2, 3. Little one forward. 5, 6. Tiny one with a bucket. Hold on, I'll get these other going to get covered in soil. Put them in there. Dum, dum, dum. Oh, I think that's all that was in there as well. It's a little bit early, like, but I just wanted to be nosy. What I really wanted to do was to have a look at the condo. Way too early, but I'm just what inquisitive will say. I'll pause you, I can get a bucket of condo and see what happens with them. Right, we'll have a look at these condo and just see if there's out. Far too soon, but I just inquisitive. What more can I say? There's 2 small ones and 2 half decent sized ones anyway. And there's another small one with a bucket. There's another one. As I say, it's far too early for them. But me, I just wanted to see how they're getting on. No, but they'll do for now. And that's quite harsh. As I say, they'll do for now. I'll pause this just while I give my hands a quick wash, then I'll take you down and show you the plum trees and things like that. So let's have a walk down and I'll let you see how I noticed things that were shouldn't be where they were, etc., etc. So I came through the gate and I walk up the path, as I do every single time. And lo and behold, what do I see there? I'll try and expand the picture for you. Yellow courgette. Yellow courgette. Obviously, where there shouldn't be, they should have still been on the plant. So the first thing I'd done then was to check my pumpkin, which if I can reach the net, and I'll show you it, which is a bit awkward, but hold on, that may be zoomed in 2 seconds. That's better. I cannot actually reach it at the moment to show you the actual size, but I'll try and stretch over and put my hand on it so you'll be able to get an idea. That's my hand on it there. I need that up to try and show you a bit better. You can see that there. There is my hand. Yeah, I can't do it. Hold on. And you can actually see it now. There's my hand. You know, so what I need is to break it. I haven't got a knife. I should have had a knife, but it's really, I just break that off. More flowers grown, but I'm leaving a couple of leaves on just to help protect it from the sun. But as I say, there's my hand at the back, so you can see how big it is. Yeah, it is quite big. And then it started to go down there. Anyhow, there was a courgette which caught my eye, but then I just happened to see a plum. There's one there, and there's a couple. And then I walked around the tree and all I can see is just a couple of green ones. So there's one. As I say, I can only see a couple. There was quite a few purple ones that were ripe enough for you to actually eat. There's another one, green. There's a couple in there. Still a few, but I'll try and zoom in for you. One there, and one there, along with the ones there. So somebody had obviously been. There's actually one on the path which I've noticed as well. The pears are looking quite good at the moment. Whoops, that for some reason I've just zoomed that. The pears are looking all right. My apples are looking good. I've already pulled a half a dozen apples off before. Some really nice ones. But yeah, that was how I noticed the plums. Davy and Debbie, if you're watching this plum tree was trimmed last year, and I've had more plums on it than ever. I may trim it again in a couple of weeks, the high branches where there's no on. But that's what I was on about when I said if you trim them. So obviously the leaves ooze sap, and you'll get hoverflies, etc. They'll come, they'll feed on the sap. You've got green fly, aphids, etc. come for it. So that's what could be happening with your leaves, or it could explain what's happening with your leaves. My leeks are alright. There's few weeds in there, but my leeks are alright. These spring onions and onions are alright. These onions in with me carrots are alright, which is quite surprising. You've got onions, leeks, onions and spring onions right next to a bed which had allium leaf minor. So fingers crossed. Sprouts, I'll probably have to start putting the cane in very shortly. Giant cabbage, doing well, very well. This needs weeded as well, so yeah, let's have a look at something else. The swede, doing great. Cauliflowers, well, where have they gone? Broccolis, oh, looking good, looking good. There's a couple that have bolted. They'll just get chopped up and put in the compost. Red cabbage, all looking good, along with the savoys. Still got some beetroot left, so thankfully they're leaving mine alone at the minute. They're leaving me beetroot alone, but they're taking collies, courgettes, strawberries, plums. Those onions are doing all right. The Ailsa Craigs and the Red Barons. I need to get in there and do some weeding seriously. My sunflowers doing all right at the moment. The two of them, nowhere near the size of Mix. I think Mix are about 2 months, maybe 10 weeks ahead of mine. So I'm quite happy the way mine are going. Hanging baskets, I'm glad I've seen them. Rachel from our northeast allotments wants a third one from the right, which is that one. So you can have that, Rach. Personally, I would take number 1, number 4, number 5, and number 6. But if you want number 3, you can have number 3. If you want to change your mind, not a problem. Just let us know, and I'll sort it out for your kid, and I'll drop it off. So I think that will be the end of this video. Lord and Master of all I serve you. That'll be the end of this video, and if I decide to add to it, I will. If I don't, obviously I won't. So I'll bid you all goodbye and hope you have had a fantastic weekend. And in the famous words of Peter Nouth, bye and gone. Well, wouldn't you know it? I'm on my way home from the allotment and it's just suddenly dawned on me. I didn't show you how many potatoes I got. I didn't get a great deal, to be honest with you, but I should have still showed you. But unfortunately, my mind was all over the shop, and I didn't. I'll probably put a photo up or something tomorrow. As I say, there wasn't a great deal. I've actually took some apples home from my tree. I'll pull over at home and I'll show you the apples, because I've just put them on the back seat. Ian's had a good look around his plot and he's noticed other things missing. So his son or his son's partner, I'm not quite sure which one, has ordered him some form of camera. Now Ian's not technically minded, a bit like myself, and he doesn't explain things very well when it's technical things. Building wise out like that, he'll explain it to you, no problem. But when it comes to like a camera, you know, he cannot tell you it's got 360 vision or 180 or, because he doesn't understand all that crap. But he's getting a one. Now I can't imagine it's going to be that good, because he says it's only 25 quid off Amazon. So I'm going to wait, and I think he's getting it fitted tomorrow or Tuesday. So I'm going to wait until it's fitted, and then I'll see what it's like when it records overnight. Apparently it records 50 hours. Obviously then you've got to delete it and start again. And it's, what I couldn't understand was, he said it's battery operated, but Wi-Fi. I couldn't understand that. How do you get battery and Wi-Fi? He says because you can access it from your laptop, your phone, whatever. So I'm dying to actually see. And I said to him, well, I may copy up your Ian if it's any good. It may not be any good. Right, let this milk can past us. Then I'll pull up to him. Right. Let's see if I can get that bag with the apples in it. Fat lads aren't meant to be moving the bush. But yeah, just a quick look at them. There's one, two. They're not huge at the minute, but they will be nice. There's three. That's bigger one. Four. I'm running out of space to keep them on. Whoops. There's another one. So there's 5. It's a bigger one again. That's 6. And I've got 2 more in the bag, which I don't think I'll. That's a fair size as well. So there's 7. Oops. That's my next door neighbour, dog barking Toby. There's 7, and I've got that one there, which is 8. So there you are. There's 8 apples off my tree, and they're nice to eat, but they make a beautiful apple crumble. There's quite a few people take them from my tree, or take them off, as I should say, out when I give them. But today Ian come walking along the alley, and I was just tipping some rubbish. And he went, what are you doing? I says, I'm just tipping some rubbish into the bag in the boot of the car to get rid of. He says, oh, by the way, he says, I was in yesterday, he says, I was going to take some goose gogs. I went, well, I tell you, help yourself, I've took all the ones I want. He went, my eyes got diverted, he says, I seen a couple of lovely apples, he says, so I took them instead. I says, well, I'll tell you, take the goose gogs, take apples whenever you want them, just didn't take like a half a dozen every couple of days or every day, because I know Ian likes an apple a day for work. So I says, well, I don't mind you say taking, say 2 apples every day, or I don't know, maybe say half a dozen a week or something like that, because hoverflies, wasps, whatever, they mess with the apples as well. And for all there's a load on the tree, sometimes there's a lot of them damaged, so they get slung. But as I say, I tend to give a lot away to plot neighbours, so Ian always helps himself. Dawn, next on the other side, mixed wife Dawn, her and the Grandben Rosie, they help herself to the raspberries. It's the only reason I've got raspberries on the plot, because they said they would look after them because they wanted them. So that's fair enough. So anyhow, I'll probably put a photograph on tomorrow of the potatoes, unless I forget, like, obviously. But I said I wasn't sure if I was going to add anything to it, and this is, I was watching Pete's his challenge, the video for the giant onions, and there's still quite a few people in, so I wish them all the best of luck in the onion use. Sometimes I may not comment, not often I didn't comment if I'm being honest with you, but I do like it, and I'm quite happy that he's already saying he's going to start another one, probably September, October. I would imagine September I would think, to give people a chance to get the ELCA seeds from Foster's. I know a lot of people struggled to get them last year. The people like myself and Pete were sending seeds to people because they couldn't get them. I believe even Mark, Gang and Peanut, 2 peas in a pod, Mark was sending seeds to people. Even Ali was sending them from Canada to people. So hopefully this year there'll be more people involved, and I believe that the people that were involved this year are going to have much more knowledge to take with them into the next challenge. I've never grew giant onions. I just seen that was one by. Apart from, well, they weren't giant onions. Last year we had a friendly competition on our site, and I got a £4.14 onion, which I thought was a big onion. But when I've seen the likes of Joe Atherton's, Peter Glazebrook's, I've seen that the one I had was like comparing an ordinary onion to a huge onion. You know, what I thought was big certainly wasn't. It's still big for me. That's my personal best at the moment, £4.14. But I've learned a lot, even though I've lost all my onions to allium leaf miner. I've learned a lot myself, so I'm looking forward to it. Anyhow, that's it, so I'm going to leave it there now. So have a great evening, everyone. Bye for now. Bye bye.